Students, we started the chapter Be Safe, and in our last class we have learned that how to keep ourselves safe at home. So what are these steps? Let us recall once. First step is do not play with electric wires and plugs also. So we have discussed or we have learned that we should not touch the electric wires or plugs. So we may get a shock. Number 2, at our home many sharp things are there, that is scissor, then knives and cutter also. We should not touch these things, these sharp things, as it can cut our fingers or hands. Next we have learnt we should not climb on high surfaces, that means the walls or the window walls. We should not sit on that, or sometimes on the shelves you sit and play, but you may fall down, so you can get hurt. Next we have learned we should not leave our things on the floor. That means if we study also, sometimes we study on the floor and we keep our things there only, but if we run or if we walk, if we do not see these things, we may fall down and we can get hurt. And next, we should not play with fire things or fire hot items. We should not play with this because it can burn. So these are the things, or these are the steps if we follow at home, so we can avoid this accident. Now today we will discuss safety on road. These all were about at home what we should follow. Now while going on the road, what safety rule we should follow. So today we will discuss this. So this chapter, safety on roads, our discussion. What should we do? Sometimes you are going with your parents or your elders, and sometimes you run. So this may cause an accident. That is why do not run or play on the road. On the road we should not play or we should not run. This is the one point. Next, always walk on the footpath. So near the road, everywhere footpath is there. We should use this. That means while walking, we should walk on the footpath only. We should not go on the road, because many vehicles are coming and going. If we do not see or do not look left side or right side, so it may cause accident. Next, before crossing a road, suppose you have to cross a road, what you have to do? Whether you should walk or you should run? No. First, look to your left. So you should look left first, then your right, and again your left. If there is no traffic coming from either side, that means both the side, right side and left side. If we see that the vehicles or the car or bus, scooter, anything is not coming, then only we should cross the road. This is the third safety rule on road. Next, cross the road only at the zebra crossing. If you go to the big city, you will see that after going some distance, there is a footmark, that is the mark is given for crossing the road, and it is called zebra crossing. Always we should use this zebra crossing for crossing the road. That means anywhere we cannot cross the road, only you have to use the zebra crossing. In our district, as it is not that much big, that is why zebra crossing is not there. But if you go to outside our city, that means if you go to Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, there you will find that on the road some mark is given for crossing the road. And if you want to cross the road, you have to look left first, then right, and again looking left side. If you see that no traffic is coming, then we should cross the road. Next, use a subway to cross the road if there is one. Subway means underground. That means footpath is there, and from that footpath stairs are going down. You will go under the road, again you will go up. This is the subway crossing. If it is there, then we should use this subway. Okay, so these are the steps we should follow while we are on the road. What are these steps? Let us again recall once. Do not run or play on the road. We should not run or we should not play on the road. Always walk on the footpath. We have to use footpath only if we are walking on the road. Before crossing the road, we have to see left side first, then right side, again looking left side. If no traffic is coming, then only we should cross the road. Then we should use zebra crossing. And finally, last point is, if any subway is there, we should use the subway for crossing the road. These are the steps or safety rules. If we follow, then accident may not happen. So these are the very carefully we should use these things. Now next point, safety while traveling. Now if we are going outside, if we are traveling on a bus, if we are traveling on a train or any small vehicle, what rule we have to follow? So the safety rules for traveling, that means for our journey. Number one. Before number one, I want to share that most of the homes we have bike. Almost all the homes people have their bikes. So first point is, always we should wear helmets while riding a bike or cycle. If we wear the helmet, if we fall down also, our head will not be affected. That means we will be safe from the accident. That means if we fall down, then also it cannot harm our head. So we should always wear helmet. Number two, do not take out your arm or head from inside the vehicle while traveling. Suppose we are on a bus or we are in a train, we are traveling from one place to another. We should not keep our arms like that or like that outside, because from the opposite side many vehicles come and go. If our hands are outside, if we do not see or if we do not observe outside, the arms can be broken. So we should not do like this. Do not stand inside a moving vehicle without holding onto something. So suppose we are standing, seat is not there on a vehicle or on a train. If nothing is there to hold it, that means our balance will not be there. We may fall down. So we should not stand like this. If any holding things are there, we should hold it, then we have to stand. Next, wait for the vehicle to stop completely. That means if we want to go down, or if we want to get it off the vehicle, we should see that whether the bus or the train or the car, whether it is fully stopped or not. Because from the moving bus or train or any vehicle, if we want to getting off the bus, then we may fall down and accident may happen. So this thing we should follow. So these are the safety rules while traveling. Now in the playground, so if we go to a playground, what safety rule we have to follow? Number one, suppose we are in a park, we play, we run, but play inside a park or playing area only. If we want to play, we should not play in open area, that means on the road or somewhere near our house. We should not play there. Special ground is there for playing, that means inside the park or inside the playground only we should play. Next, do not play on swings that are not in good condition. Sometimes the old swings are there in a park, so we should see first that whether the swing is in a good condition or not. If the condition is not good, then we should not swing on that. This is the second rule. Do not climb the slides of the front side. Sometimes the climbing things are there, we have to climb, and after that sliding is there. So sometimes you also do that from the front side you are climbing. It is for sliding, not for climbing. Stairs are there, back side of that we should use the stairs, we should climb, after that we have to slide. This is the third safety rule. And if you or someone else get hurt, do not panic, call an adult for help. Following these also, sometimes some accident happens. So we should not be panic. That means we should not cry, we should not shout. We should call our elders to help you. So that time elders come and they do the needful. They help us. So we should call them. So these are the things what are there in this chapter. We have understood. Now read the chapter and try to understand what I have said, so that you will understand, and always follow the safety rules. Let us recall what we have learned from this chapter. What we have learned: always follow the safety rules at home, on the road, while traveling, and in the playground. So we should follow the safety rules. Then do not play or run on the roads. These things we have learned. do not play with electric wires and plugs. Do not play with sharp items. If you do get hurt, then call our adults or elders for help. So these are the things what we have learned in this chapter. And next we will do the exercise. So for today, let us conclude here. I think all of you have understood the chapter. So let us conclude here. Thank you.